Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I come back and discuss the principles of the law of one, to this invisible world, as well as the shift of consciousness that is going on this planet. It is very important. We're really at the end of a very, very long process. And today I'm going to discuss a couple of ideas. The first one is about this preparation for this ET contact, this mass contact, this reconnection to the galactic planes for the universe teams with light and life everywhere, and there is life everywhere in the universe, and we've just been in an aquarium, and it's like little fish in an aquarium, and this is the example I use in my book. I put a rough translation of the first 5 chapters. It's in the box below. In English, they will be fairly translated and published very soon, that prepares humanity for what it needs to know for the new age. It's a very small book, but there is all the information needed for understanding of what's going on in this book, I believe. So it is just the base, and yet it is understanding that extraterrestrials have been coming and going from the Earth for a very long time, since forever, as far as we know, and as far as we're concerned. Even before men were men, there were still extraterrestrials that discovered the Earth and made settle bases and so on. And they were both positive and negative. Some worked through deception, others came to elevate human consciousness and bring information. And so we all have to deal, because of those extraterrestrial invasions or those who came. There was 2 major traumas: is the fall of Lemuria and the fall of Atlantis. We all have to deal with that, because they were great. Atlantis destroyed Lemuria, and then it self-destructed itself because of horrible experiments that are still going on today. They will come up as well. And there's also the abandonment, the feeling of abandonment from the great extraterrestrials, because when they came, they were so advanced. They were called and known as gods. Well, they were not. They were just so much more advanced, and there was feeling of abandonment, both from Egypt, from India, from Scandinavia, from Greece. All those advanced extraterrestrials at some points withdrew from the physical planes, and there was a feeling of abandonment. But it is okay to continue your personal connection to whatever positive galactic groups. I recommend only to communicate with those who do not have an agenda outside of just aligning your energy to the law of one, to God, to the highest good of all, and to continue to communicate, to continue to open your consciousness to those higher planes. And then there is the celestials and the angelics. Those are above those matrices. And the true power is God. When God decides it's going to be over, it's going to be over. He allowed that to happen for universe expansion. But at some point, it's going to push the red button, and everything's going to be over. Everything's going to be fair. Everything's going to be right. The truth will be revealed, and everything will be settled down. So it is about getting ready. Do not let go. Do not falter in your face. It's been such a long time, and that's this process has been going on. There was before the dark extraterrestrial, the Draconian came, and the Anunnakis, and the communities of humans work fairly well together, but they introduced hierarchy, they introduced patriarchy, they introduced fear, they introduced militarism, and so hypocrisy came, jealousy, deceptions, and everybody became slave except those on top of the pyramid that had this apparent freedom. And our society is far more reptilians right now than it is light base. So we're going to need to recreate something completely new. But now it is the reptilians that are very afraid. I want to say there is reptilians in the universe when first contact comes that are very positive, that are loving beings. And it's not because someone is a reptilian that they are tyrannical beings. But they themselves were put in slavery by the Draconians. And their god is the god of those negative extraterrestrials that are ruling the earth, that have been ruling the earth. Is actually an artificial intelligence, a computer. It is very mechanical. But right now the prisons are filled with the arrest. It's like, and what we need to know is that it's going to be really, really difficult for humanity to face the horrors that are going to be shown to humanity that is going on, the genetic experiments and so on. that are going on. It's far worse than than at the end of Second World War and the Holocaust and the concentration camps. It's much worse than that. So it's going to be really painful for humanity to see that. And yet right now it is all those reptilians groups that are really afraid, because they know that they're not going to get away with everything and anything. And the celestial courts are in place, and they're being judged and processed and sent back to God and the source, and some of them. So it all depends on what's going on. But it's not really for us to deal. We are here to continue to cultivate joy, to cultivate happiness, to bring joy and happiness, to elevate the frequency of everybody we encounter as much as possible. We are coming to completion with our soul contract, and the soul contract that we came here to do, but also the extraterrestrial, positive extraterrestrial community that live on the earth, as well as the spirit of natures, and they all completing agreements. So we're all going to be able to resolve these parameters. Has been resolved. There's a resolution, and you are the bridge between heaven and earth. So just like trees are bridge between heaven and earth. They don't have karma. They just purely love and benefit all. But to us, we have to choose our archetype. Like in Greek philosophy, we do not have an archetype. We can go to the animal below or to the angel above. So choose to elevate your consciousness always. I'm just sharing my thoughts and ideas here. I hope they resonate with you. Only take whatever resonates with you. And so, and make an inventory also in your life. What is divine and what is less than divine? What is the weakness and the darkness? And it is from the darkness. If you recognize it, you can bring light. From your weakness, you can turn it into strength, little by little, without judgment, with acceptation. But it's important to make this inventory of who and what we are, and for who we are, we do not know, but where we are. And to move step by step towards the elevation of our consciousness. For the dark matrix that we live in, it's about divide and conquer. Huh? It's about, and we want to move into a realm of that is about inclusion and love and peace. And this is really what's going on, this golden age. And even the galactic that are cleaning up all these programs that are unknown to us right now. They're very horrified by what they're founding when they're doing this cleanup. And this will come up to the surface of our humanity to know. So do not be too much in a rush to know all that, for it will shake the world to its core. And so, but continue to cultivate your joy and be in your place, and you will know that you can navigate those times and be to be above that, to be above that, and to just be in assistance. For the past is meeting, encountering. The present is a learning process, it's an apprentissage, teaching. It's a teaching process. We're learning day by day. And the future is unity. We're going to move into a greater level of unity. What we're working on now is communication. Continue to communicate your light, your truth, in a way that is gentle and strong. And the outcome will be a process of elevation. Step by, we're going to realize that we are being elevated within our consciousness and the quality of our life. We need to focus on the quality of our life and for what is to come. So always go into listen to the silence, listen in silence, and it's very important to find those time to listen to your silence, listen in the silence, and look up in the sky. There's going to be a great show in the skies very soon. For it is supposed to be only 10%, which is within the realm of probability. Only 90% of the human population will accept the ascension after the revelation, once they get clear of the control of the dark matrix. 90%, only 10% will reject it, and they will go into another planet to continue the 3D reality. And in the USA, it's not finished. This story in the USA with what was been going on with this election, but it will still be probably the key to the domino fall. Huh? So the revelation will come and create a snowball effect, and so it's like you can still watch what's going on there. And after the shift, we're gonna ask ourselves, how did we manage to go through this really so difficult time? And it's gonna be, but do not give up hope. Do not lose faith. It's been such a long time since for us to get there, and it's like, and we're very near the manifested victory of the light. And so the galactic and God they don't want to rush things. Those who are in charge of the actual. Liberation of this energy, there's still danger for humanity, so they want to go slow, step by step. They're taking countermeasures, and it's a process, so do not we're very close to the final extinguishment of the darkness. So continue to bring joy and happiness wherever you go, and this is an amazing service you can do. For Mother Earth is a very courageous planet. She's recognized in the universe. She's got a very open constitution. She took on the war refugees, the warlike beings, and she accepted them, and she loved them, and they took over this matrix. But so our love and compassion of this planet is really recognized in the whole galaxy, and we want to connect to our Mother Earth, for there is amazing invisible, the multidimensional Mother Earth. There is all kinds of magic kingdoms and magical beings and societies and communities that live here, and the angels, they are planetary angels, and there are all kinds of things that we need to reconnect to, as well as the greater universe, the multidimensional universe. So it is we really need to bridge this, anchor our energy into the earth, and expand our thoughts and mind and connection to the higher realm. And reach always for your multidimensional, your higher self is deep within yourself, and all the way on the upper planes on the vertical axis. And this higher self is a unique to you, and there is it's completely unique. So you want to reach deep inside and all the way above, and yet there is this force that we all have that is the same, that is God. So and those two, this unique part of yourself that is your soul, and this universal part of yourself that is God, will eventually fuse and become one being. This is the point of the process of the the outcome of the ultimate outcome of human destiny, to become one with the I Am presence, to fuse, and it's like a passport to paradise, and then eventually we'll ascend through the celestial realm to achieve eventually citizenry on paradise. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. It is here. It is sunny and cold, and so the highest wisdom for us today is yin, to allow things to come naturally, to unfold, to be in joy and peace, and to allow things to unfold for you, for allowing your God self and your soul and your guides to make the manifestation come in. What we need to understand is the imagination. Imagine your life, dream your life into being, to imagine love, imagine a world of peace, a free world, imagine an abundant life, a life of joy, a life of creativity, to utilize your imagination in a positive way. What we need to do is make the truth be. The truth needs to be known. The truth, continue to express your truth. If people are not receptive, it's no use to try to push an understanding on them, but continue to communicate your truth, and know the truth will be, you are the revelation of that truth, and little by little planting seeds in the mind of others as well. And the outcome is near the precipice. Decisions are going to be made. We're getting closer to the precipice, so we're going to need to make certain decisions that will shift our life. Well, if you want a private session, I'm still able to do some of them. Very soon I'm going to have new responsibilities, though I will honor those who have already committed to those, but I won't be able to do private sessions. But I'm going to continue to communicate. It's like I put my foot in the door, and it's going to be really hard to stop communicating. And so I'll do it a bit differently. I'll have other responsibility, but I will stay, of course. I'm going to continue to communicate. And I thank you for listening, for sharing, for commenting, for subscribing. If you I appreciate, I always enjoy to see this channel grow. For that means it's a sign of evolution, because I'm speaking about those things that are so much more outside of the box, so sometimes very advanced in relationship to the mainstream of what is going on. There are many other light workers that are doing this kind of work on a different level, addressing different communities and groups. I'm going to sing a song to finish. It's a song that went through my mind yesterday. It's a song that's speaking about love and summer and sunshine. It's a really high, it goes like this. Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tire upon the roof, and your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof, and the boardwalk down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Out of the sun under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Out of the sun under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, boardwalk. That reminds me of Santa Monica. I used to live in Santa Monica. I had a great gallery there in the mid-80s. I'm looking forward to return to Southern California. It's a place that it's always been good to me. Los Angeles always been a good place for me. For New York also is calling me, and Miami and Santa Fe and many places in America are calling me. The card of the day is the 9 of Gabriel. It talks about... it says, show determination and move forward. Be ready for anything. Environmental activism. So it's about being conscious and defending the earth, defending the without being intransigent, but being conscious, being protective of the earth, and be ready for anything. Your readiness it's all about readiness and to be determined to move forward. For it is every day we need to gain a little step in relationship to allow more of our soul to go deeper inside, to reach higher, and to be more in the flow of what our soul and spirit wants to us, which is quite marvelous and which is quite amazing in truth. We'll be surprised by all the wonderful things that will come very soon. So I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.